how are you going to survive a power outage with them kiddos of yours? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, T2, welcome back to the Time Preparedness channel. I got something I want to admit, something I need to get off my chest, and something that most of y'all are probably going to agree with me. You see, I'm a parent, and I like my kids. I really do. I love my kids. They are my pride and joy. But sometimes my kids annoy me, and you as parents probably think the same thing. We as parents like our kids in doses, and that's why we send our kids off to school for 8 hours a day. That's why we send them to daycare. So what happens when there's a power outage and those kids can no longer be sent off to school, to daycare, to grandma's house because no one has power? Now you have to deal with your kids for 24 hours a day, let's say for 7 days a week of a power outage. So how do we keep our kids entertained when there's no power? How do we keep them from making you want to pull your hair out or strangle them? The number one tip for dealing with kids when there is no power is to go someplace where power is not necessarily needed to have a good time. You see, around my area, we have parks, we have lakes, we have nature trails, we have botanical gardens, we have places where you can just go out and enjoy nature. You can go out and be somewhere that is not home. And yes, there's no power out in the woods, and there's no cell phone reception out in the woods, but it's entertainment. You see, I can take my young kids, and even my 6-year-old, and we can go find a waterfall, and we can go walk around the park. We can go walk and smell the flowers at the botanical gardens. We can go places and do things, even if the power is off. So the number 2 idea is board games and card games with your kids. Now obviously this works as they get older. My kids not so much. They're too young to play board games right now. They would eat the damn things. But if you have kids that are in the teenage years and they can't text because that phone's dead, and they can't get on Call of Duty online because the power's out, pull out a board game. Pull out Monopoly, throw it on the table, hang up your little Lucy light, and make it fun. There is so many games that you can play with a single deck of cards, and depending on how many people you have in your house, depending on how many neighbors you have in your house, depends on what games you can play. Spades, you can play a 2-person spades, you can play 4-person spades, you can play blackjack, you can play war, you can play rummy. There's 1,000,001 different games. Grab a deck of cards, grab a few old board games, and go play. Go visit your friends. Go visit their friends. One big thing that myself, David, and his brother did during their 10-day power outage is we got together about every other day. We all have kids the same age. So we all went over to one person's house and released the kids. Let them go have fun. So while us adults were discussing our needs and our wants during this power outage, these kids were running around and having a good time. Now, you might not be able to get away. You might not be able to go drive and go find a friend's. Go walk town, because chances are there are people of your child's age right up the road from you. Unless you live out in the boonies or the middle of nowhere, chances are there's some kids up the road that need one more person to play a game of tag. Go find those kids. Go camping. Whether that's camping in the backyard, whether that's camping in the living room, whether that's camping a couple of miles away. There is no power at your house. So, go outside, pitch a tent. Go outside and hang a hammock. Teach them Boy Scout, Girl Scout survival tips. Teach them things that you wish you knew when you were young. As long as it's safe to do so, you can take all your camping, survival, prepping gear and go camp in the backyard. Now, if you just got hit with a tornado and there's death, dying, and destruction outside, might not be the best idea. So instead, go inside. Go build a blanket fort. Go build a pillow fort. Have a pillow fight with the kids in the floor. Set up the tent, set up the sleeping bags inside the living room floor. You can teach them things, prepping and survival and camping knowledge, in the comforts of your own floor, in the comforts of your own living room. Kids need entertainment. The more that they are entertained, the less hair you have to pull out of your head. So, down below, I need you guys to add in some bonus tips. Tell me, have you ever experienced power outages with your kids? If so, how did you entertain them? Were they young or were they teenagers? Was all it took to entertain them a set of Matchbox cars, or did you have to pull out the generator to run their Xbox? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have any bonus tips, throw them down as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. Y'all stay safe out there. Again, any more tips, throw them down below. That's all I got. T2 out.